I got the horses in the back. I don't know the rest of the words.
See my little bangs coming out of my thing?
Yes, it's so cute.
Isn't it nice?
I love your hair.
Black people hate my bangs, by the way.
Why?
Every single, my nigga Chavez gotta get a lineup and shit.
No, he doesn't. Leave his hair alone.
I don't get lineup. I will cut it. I do need to shave, okay? But I don't get lineups.
You know what you gotta say to those haters, baby?
What I gotta say to them?
Can't nobody tell.
Oh my god, I walked face first into that. I'm not happy about it. So we're back from the depths of sleep.
Oh my god,
let's get and take like a 5-hour nap.
Is it a nap at that point? Is it still a nap?
Yeah, it's.
I feel like it's still a nap because it's in the middle of the day. So you can sleep for 12 hours in the middle of the day. It's still a nap.
Okay, but like let me explain to you guys. It's a nap for Skitten specifically because if I would have let her sleep, she would be asleep till tomorrow afternoon. That's what makes it a nap in this scenario.
Yo, I fucking love sleep so much. Like, which is hilarious because like I don't ever sleep well, which I think is why I like. Let's just start the video.
More salmonella.
More
Academy.
what?
Salmonella. You're right. Salmonella. You're right. I'll fix it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Salmonella.
So we
Academy.
argued about this already, and people in the comments had a field day.
Did they?
It's Salmonella.
But did they have their parents sign the permission slip? I bet you they fucking didn't. So y'all can go shut the fuck up. And so can you. It's Salmonella Academy,
okay,
like
you know
the
what?
disease. And did you wash your hands after making chicken? No, you didn't. You have Salmonella, and you need to go to where? The Academy to learn better.
I hope one day you meet Salmonella in person.
And I call him Salmonella to his face. And you know what's going to be great? Is he doesn't know me, but I know him by the voice, obviously not by his face. Or maybe he does look like a stick figure. You don't fucking know. And he won't get the joke either. And I won't laugh. I'll make that shit dry as fuck. I'll be like, Sagad. And you guys won't get that reference either. I don't care. Okay? You lose part of the audience. Only one person has to get it like 3 months from now and write a comment about it. Scandalous popes of the Middle Ages. If you are a pope, you might be dope. We're gonna learn about it from Salmonella.
You know what I just thought about?
I would love to hear.
What if Salmonella has short hair?
That's irrelevant. Playing it.
This video is sponsored by
It would feel like my whole life was a lie.
You're right. That is a little bit more scandalous than I considered because his character has the long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that now.
What if he's like a buzz cut? What if he's bald?
I doubt it though. What if Salmonella's the guy we saw at Lowe's the other day with the long hair? Way too fucking deep for you guys. Play. That they could never get.
Nobody could get it. Nobody else is at Lowe's.
I know.
Hey kids, time to alienate 23.9% of the United States from my potential audience, because today we're talking popes. Now don't get me wrong, the modern papacy is a great thing, just a genuinely virtuous man being elected to govern and set an example for Christians everywhere. That's awesome. But back in the day, not so. See, in the Middle Ages, the church was one of the greatest powers in the Western world, having massive influence over monarchs and laymen alike. And as we know, with great power comes great tomfoolery. Here's some of the less wholesome popes that history has to offer. Pope Stephen VI
It just made me want to scratch it off the screen.
assumed the pontificate in May of 896,
Oh,
during a time
okay.
of great instability for the papacy, where rulers and families of all different shapes and sizes were vying for influence over the Catholic Church. As such, successive popes from this period often had different ideas about how things should be run. Stephen, for example, didn't much care for Pope Formosus, the guy before last. Why? It's complicated.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not.
Why are you acting like you couldn't read this real quick? Why do you do that? Summarize.
Oh, I haven't read it yet.
What are you doing?
I was trying to read it, but my eyes hurt.
Then I guess we're moving on.
Even if I could wrap my head around all this, it'd probably be boring as hell, so just take it on good faith that Steve had a lot of beef with Formosus.
Yeah, it's just general, you're not good for people, you steal shit. No, you steal shit. It's fine.
So much beef, or as we call it, papal bull, that Stephen couldn't even be happy that the dude was already dead. So he had the 8-month-old corpse of Formosus dug up, dressed up in pope clothes, sat down on a throne, and literally put on trial, with a deacon appointed to give all his responses for him. So you thought you could get away from the law with that little dying stunt of yours. Well, tell me, Mr. Thrombosis, did you violate canon law, commit perjury, and pretend to be a bishop when you weren't? Yes, pasta fazool, I am a fool. I've heard all I need to hear. This court finds you guilty, and everything you did as pope We legally declare to be fake and dumb and stupid and dumb. Now throw him in the river. What? The river? Can he do that? See the hat? That means I'm Pope. P-O-O-P Pope. You better 3-point that bitch into the briny deep right quick, or I'm gonna raise hell. Metaphorically. So they throw him in the river. This whole thing caused an uproar.
Jesus.
I know. That is actually incredibly bad. Even for those standards. Jeez.
Formosa's supporters, and after Formosas's corpse was allegedly seen performing miracles at the riverbank, Stephen ended up being overthrown, imprisoned, and executed by strangulation. The body, now slimy.
Sorry, I was not ready for that. I was unprepared for that ending. No, you're okay.
God,
he used to be Pope. You can't strangle the used to be Pope.
Slimy and disgusting was fished out of the Tiber and reinterred in St. Peter's Basilica, where it rests to this day. Next, we'll talk about John the 12th. This guy already looks like one of my characters. Why don't we just, yeah, there we go. This guy ascended to the throne when he was just 18 years old, which is insane. If I was elected world's biggest hat wearer at that age, you better believe things would get real unpayable real quick. I'm talking gambling, hookers, setting fires, and toasting to the devil. And wouldn't you know it, these are all things John the 12th did. It said that he took the sacred palace and literally made it into a whorehouse. Matter of fact, while researching the guy, I stumbled across this list of sexually active popes. This is a real Wikipedia article. Take a hike, toilet paper orientation. Daddy's got a new favorite. John is featured prominently on this list, of course. He had a thing for widows for some reason. Personally, I'm not big on weepy old hags. I'm more of a carefree young hag type of guy.
Carefree young hag.
He also banged his niece a bunch, which not the most virtuous act, but you know, Middle Ages and bloodline, fucking whatever.
Look, man, you can't fucking, it's 2019. I can feel however I want to feel about that now, which is gross.
His playboy lifestyle eventually caught up to him, though, leading to the Synod of Rome, where everyone got together to talk about what a piece of shit he is so they could kick him off the throne. Besides all the deviancy, there was a lot of things they had problems with. For one, someone once offered John some money to ordain a 10-year-old as a bishop, and he was just like, alright, I would have done it for free, honestly. Look how big those robes are on him, that's hilarious. He also had a deacon ordained in a horse stable, just like, oh, for fuck's sake, alright, let's get this over with. Shouldn't we be doing this in, like, a church?
Yeah,
listen,
you should.
Bucko, if it's good enough for Jesus to be born in, it's good enough for you to have your little cardinal party. No, sir, not cardinal, he's just a deacon. Not if you keep running your mouth, you aren't. He also like going on hunting trips now and then, generally considered to be something popes don't do. Although my suspicion is that they were just tired of cleaning his big stupid camo hat every time. Probably his worst act, though, was putting on a helmet, followed closely in second by the time one of his subdeacons got on his nerves, so he literally cut off his dick and murdered him.
Oh my lord!
Between all this and some conflicts with Otto I of the Holy Roman Empire, John was uncanonically ousted in 963. Except, as soon as Otto left Rome, nobody was there to pressure him off physically anymore. So John was like, lol, just kidding, rounded up all his groupies, kicked the new pope off the throne, and continued his role like nothing happened by early 964. Just a few months later, fate caught up with John, and he died the way he lived. Committing adultery. Now let's be real. We all have our little guilty pleasures in life. Some people like a nice bag of Cheetos. Others like scented candles or poorly drawn educational videos. Alexander VI like watching horses fuck.
It's like when it literally can't get any worse, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Hey man, I'm the Pope. Do whatever the fuck I want, man.
I was gonna say, yeah, I have a guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure is 4-hour baths.
My guilty pleasure is pie and milkshakes. Apple pie, to be specific.
Apple pie is not a guilty pleasure.
And milkshakes.
Apple pie is not a guilty pleasure.
Let me rephrase.
It's a way of life.
Let me rephrase. The entire pie.
According to Vatican chronicler Johann Burckhardt, he would specifically arrange for his stallions to be introduced to mares in heat outside his palace, and he'd stand up on his balcony to watch them violently mate, which just tickled him pink for some fucking reason, and he'd laugh uproariously during the entire spectacle. He also once threw a party in the palace called the Banquet of Chestnuts, also referred to as the Joust of Whores.
What?
Wait a minute. Horse jousting. Horses banging. Was dyslexia a thing back then? Nah, but during the banquet, Alexander had 50 of Rome's finest raggedy harlots line up and strip down for him and his guests, which, by the way, included 2 of his children, which, by the way, he had many children, but at this point hardly a concern. Guests began throwing chestnuts at the ladies, who got down on their hands and knees and scrambled frantically, like the cook at Denny's when I held him at gunpoint, trying to collect as many as they could.
Why?
After this went on for a while, Alexander was like, alright kiddos, game time. Whoever can bang the most broads before the night's over wins Rome's finest silks, and the only condition is that anybody who makes a joke about nutting on someone's chest gets disqualified. It's too easy. This is all according to that one Johann guy, mind you. Some secondary sources differ pretty significantly on the more lurid details of all this.
Okay.
So do take it with a grain of salt.
Who ejaculated the most times?
Yeah, I saw a lot of questionable things in that little snapshot, and I'm not gonna go back for the sake of this video.
This guy was the official record taker for the ceremonies he was involved with, so it seems equally likely to me that the other guys just wanted to save a bit of face, but who knows. In the end, primary sources are usually the most reputable source of information. After all,
Debatable.
what better way to learn about stuff than from people who have direct experience in the subject? That's why you need to try Skillshare.
Is that how this video ends?
Thank you.
You just dropped that on us? Wow.
Yep.
I'm upset. That ended way too mildly with a lot less disgust, but he lets us judge the grossness of it.
If only Sam O'Nella used Skillshare to increase his upload schedule. Hashtag roasted.
Stares intently into camera.
Sam.
So, out of, let me see, we got number 1. You know, got the putting the dead guy on trial.
Right.
Then getting murdered from putting dead guy on trial.
Right, because you can't put dead people on trial.
18-year-old turning place into whorehouse, then murdering man.
Yeah.
And
And cutting his dick off.
cutting his dick off.
He cut his dick off before he murdered him.
And then you have watching horse fucking and then watching prostitutes just doing weird, odd things. Which one are you going with? A, B, or C?
C.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the most interesting one to you?
Oh, I thought you meant Scandalous.
With that too.
I mean, yeah, I feel like as a pope, you can't have an interest in sexual proclivities.
But the guy turned it into a whorehouse. The whole house.
Yeah, but, you know, he was 18.
Understandable. I want to see which ones you guys pick. And I want to know why. So don't just pick one. Let me know why. Because I think this is a hard-ass choice. I've been thinking about this shit all week. We'll see you guys in the next one. Baby?
Huh?